already took the trip with the agreement of the 6 people originally.
So let me interrupt real quick, Razor Baby.
Okay.
I don't want to dumb this down to that or use that as a correlation when it comes to children sneaking other children into parents' homes. These are grown ass adults that know better. See what I'm saying? He's a grown ass man. He knew better. He knew that boundary that was set by a grown ass woman. Now again, like you said, Nina don't know his intentions, don't know him. And they did it kind of maliciously, period. It ain't kind of, maliciously. So I don't want to equate that to children sneaking other children into their parents' home. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Well, for me, the reason why I use that analogy is because exactly what you said. We're talking about a grown man and a grown woman. So in this particular situation, this is a grown woman who he got consent from, a person who is saying she paid for it, so she feels that she's entitled to make adjustments to the rules, it sounds like. So it's not as if he's just he's just breaking the rules on his own. He's being encouraged and he's being given a green light by someone who is actually in authority to make him believe that she could give that green light without the authority of the other woman. So yes, he did know, but he also knew and was given permission, is all I'm saying.
I don't want to absolve him from nothing. To me, I'm not absolving him from that. Him giving the green light, he took the green light himself. That falls on him. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Nina gave him the green light, so she should get more fault than the other. No. We not doing that. Hell no. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just telling you my opinion. I don't think that it's the same situation. It's a totally different situation if he didn't have permission from anyone. That's my opinion.
One second.
I think that on a girls' trip, it's on the girls that are on the trip to enforce any rules upon any men that come along the trip, no matter what point the men come along the trip. If I meet a man on the trip who I didn't know I was going to meet, it still falls on me to communicate with my girlfriends that I want to change the expectations of what's going on, in my opinion. And that's my expectations for anybody that I would hang out with. And if I didn't feel I would get that respect, you wouldn't catch me going out of town with that group of ladies. That's just my opinion for and how I handle myself.
So,
But that's all
Asia,
I
can
want
I
to say.
speak to that one part though? So we have to
Yeah.
weigh in a key factor here. Let's not forget that Nina didn't even know that man either. She only knew of him from TikTok and was willing to be in a private setting with what, a few weeks before they actually met up in person. So what if she just took him as a, oh, he's calm, he's chill on the internet, and then he hurt her, and then we cannot minimize this. I need y'all to like
No, that's
really
why I'm not
process it.
minimizing it. That's why I'm highlighting that he actually got permission. So he was aided in having an opportunity. Yes, nothing bad happened.
Yes.
Great. But what I'm saying is there was also a woman who was involved who allowed it. So it's really about the dynamics of the disrespect of the boundaries within girlfriend groups as well. Yes, the man did do it, but let's say, like I said, when I was talking about if I were on a trip and I met somebody, the person that I meet doesn't know what agreement I have with the people that are at my Airbnb. He just knows he's being invited in. So that's all I'm saying when I'm bringing it up. I'm not bringing it up to like give him an excuse because I don't know the man and I really don't know the story. But I am a mother of 2 sons. And if my son was invited somewhere by a grown woman who is someone who's at the Airbnb, I wouldn't want him to be held fault to there are other people at the Airbnb who don't know that he's there or don't approve of him being there if he had permission from the person who he is actively going to
And
see.
so this is
Because
why I
that
gotta
happens a
stop you,
lot.
Asia.
There's a
But
lot
this is
of
why I have
times
to
where
stop
people
you
are going to
because
see one person and not everyone in
Nina
the house.
communicated with him that he wasn't supposed to be there, so he had to tiptoe and be quiet. So
I
once he was
understand that.
made, so once he was made aware that he wasn't supposed to be there, he's just as much as fault. It's not just on Nina now. He knew. Like it's one thing you don't know. You're just coming in blindly. You're an invited guest. But if you're being told to sneak around and all that, then yeah, it's a problem. And I felt like it got brushed under the rug because of who did the situation. Because Nina is liked, okay, she might have had a talking to, but the way Rose pretty much got tossed to the side and she was put in a terrible situation from the door. I just find all of this wild altogether.
Hold on 1 second, everybody go on mute. I always want to make sure we're clear on this story. They sat in the car outside of the Airbnb. The only reason Rose found out about this is because Rose's friend pulled up, saw them sitting in the, because Rose's friend pulled up, dropping off Rose's charger for her phone, and saw them sitting in the car. They also called Rose to make sure she was asleep before they went in the house and snuck in the house. So he is no longer he's an accomplice to this whole situation. So he absolutely knew what was going on and was with it. So at that time and point, like Bella just said, he's just as guilty as Nina. So there's no minimizing his part in this story.
Okay, more context for the people who are that might be confused. Nina was no longer a stranger to Rose because they had interactions in person. They've been around each other on other occasions, so it's not like she just met her for the first time and staying in the spot where that's not the situation. So, bottom line, Nina was vouched for by her friend. So Rose took her friend word. Nobody can vouch for Squall because respectfully, nobody knows him. Nobody can say, "Oh yeah, he's solid." They took a gamble with this dude. That's it. That's all.
Bistro, did you know you up here? Well, he on teacup. I'm sorry, Asia baby, you can go ahead.
Hey, what up, Blaze?
Bistro, what's up, my guy? How you doing today?
Not much, man. Rude boy.
Did you want to try him on in?
Actually not. I was in the kitchen and laid the phone down and popped up here. My bad. But yeah, it sounds interesting from your perspective, Bella's perspective, and all the context given. Sounds like there was some co-conspiracy going on, and you can't absolve anybody from their active role in something that they knew they shouldn't have been doing. So that is kind of clear and cut. And you know what? I can sympathize with anybody, any mother who has sons, fathers who have sons, and feel like if their son follows some woman's direction, I mean, come on, you ain't tiptoeing around for nothing. You got to know better than
We
that.
are grateful he wasn't a creep.
But let's not mistake it. Coming into a house where you're invited by one person and another person doesn't want you there is not a crime. It's just wrong by the friend who allowed him to come in. The friend is the one who's in the wrong here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's also wrong by the person who knows that that's the situation.
Asia baby, can I ask a question? I just want to get
Before you do that, let me help Sweet Diva in the audience out because she was saying that Rose was at uh, BK's Airbnb. She did not spend the night. So let me put it to another logical standpoint. If you're invited to a house party, okay, I'm there to engage, interact. I've already met some people that's there, and then I'm going to go back to my respectful place, which is my own Airbnb or my own hotel, or if I live in the area, my own house. So the bottom line is we're sitting here saying it's still a stranger. Are we okay when we go to the grocery store? We're walking amongst strangers. When we go to the clothing store, we're interacting among strangers. They're not staying the night in our homes or where we're staying at a hotel at or where we're staying at an Airbnb at. Can we use logic in this conversation and not think with emotions? We're not staying the night with these strange people. We're engaging and interacting in a moment and then going our separate ways. Blaze, your patience is better than mine. Good day.
Thank you for coming up, Bella. I just want to ask this question, and I'm not just going to ask this to Asia Baby. I'm going to ask this in general to everybody. I want y'all to switch out Rose and put one of y'all loved ones in the situation Rose was in when it came to this whole situation. Would y'all be trying to absolve any one of these parties from any or minimize anything that happened by both of these parties that were involved? If that was your daughter, your child, your mother, and their boundaries were crossed maliciously like this, would y'all still have these same sentiments? I'm sorry, Asia Baby. I was asking you that, but I'm asking everybody in general in the conversation as well.
I'm sorry. I thought I was very clear. That's exactly where my point of view is coming from. I am putting myself in that situation. The man in the situation didn't do anything illegal. He just came into a house where he wasn't welcomed by one of the people in the house. The woman in the situation who allowed somebody who she didn't know to be around her friend as her friend slept and put her friend in a dangerous situation is the one, in my opinion. If Rose were my daughter, I would let Rose know that that girl ain't none of your friend. And she should have been paying attention to how she moved or how she treated her somewhere along the line before then for her to realize that. I don't think that friends just automatically just do stuff like that. But again, in this situation, they're not really friends. I wouldn't, encourage my daughter to go out of town with somebody that's not her friend or someone who she couldn't trust. I think it's dangerous. But that is where my point of view came from.
How about you, Bistro?
Like I said, I hear her point, and she says she can put herself in that situation and still feel the same way. I mean, the defense is going to defend. That's what they do. So she's defending her point of it wasn't his fault, it was hers. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I've seen plenty of situations where dudes follow the woman into some damn stuff where they wind up getting pinched up real bad. So I don't know. I think it's, in as much as you want to just say it's her responsibility, each individual has their own responsibility to keep themselves safe and out of misunderstandings, and especially when it comes to women. I just think, a man got the ultimate responsibility to keep himself safe when it comes to women, period.
Thanks, Bistro.
If anything, that's just man code.
Again, for me, I'm not going to absolve him from anything. To me, he's just as wrong as Nina. Even the whole totality of the situation and everything that happened that weekend, I feel like everybody's trying to minimize what happened to Rose and everything that she went through, and then wondering why she's having a panic attack after having the fucking shittiest weekend probably anybody could have, that she was promised wouldn't happen by somebody she trusted, somebody that she cared about. Like Rose said, she don't trust $2 at all. She don't trust Nina at all. And again, this is something that keeps happening.
Can I say one?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say, now when I'm speaking about that one part. Now, I also do have a different position when it comes to the financial aspect of it, this refund or what have you. I have also stated that.
Let me stop you right there, Asia Baby. I'm not going back down that road. I'm not. I feel like a lot of that stuff is frivolous talk that don't even mean nothing at the end of the fucking day. It really don't. I don't want to hear about the refund. I don't want to hear about this, that. The woman been through enough that fucking weekend and then came home to these people talking shit about her, people that she trusted.
Okay, but can I still share my point?
Go ahead, AJP.
Okay, thank you. So when it comes to the refund thing, I also stated that the people who are stating that they want a refund, since they're involved in this, and like you said, she's had some mental anguish, if they want their money back, then they should go ahead and sue her for it so she can countersue for her mental anguish. They're not going to come out on top because at the end of the day, they were wrong. You can't lure someone out of town under false pretenses and then make it a different situation and then antagonize that person afterwards. So I do think that she actually has a legal case here. So I don't want it to be mistaken that I'm on the wrong defense. I'm just on the side of right is right and wrong is wrong. And there's multiple components to this story. But if they want their money back, I do encourage them to sue to try to get their little $400. And then when they do that, I encourage her to countersue for a greater amount. And I believe that she has a substantial case.
Honestly, I would rather them leave Rose the fuck alone. If they want to take that fucking route, so be it. Rose, I do believe you would have a countersuit, but at this fucking point, they have done enough. They have done enough.
But I think by that point being out there, I think people will stop talking about it because I think that they're doing a lot of talking, not realizing what they're actually saying. They are admitting a lot of fault to illegal things. So if Rose actually has the cards in her hand, she has the power card. It's up to her how she wants to move. So if I were the people involved, I would tread lightly and treat her with grace and kindness so that, they don't have to have to deal with any legal consequences, because it is a fact that if the things that I heard are true, that is illegal. You cannot get somebody out of state under false pretenses, and then when they get there, they have a trouble get home. That's not legal. So, I mean, the facts are the facts as far as that's related. But that's all I had to say, Blaze. Thank you for letting me up.
No problem, Asia baby. Have a good evening. I'm not gonna hold you. I really hope not only Rose take this as a teachable moment, that the rest of y'all do. People through this mental anguish, fuck all that. I'm not doing it. Y'all can, if y'all ain't got it by now, I highly doubt I ever go to any of these TikTok meetups. Like, for real. Because be wary of these people. Alright, so I'm going to get on to the next clip. Hold on 1 second. I don't need to play that anymore.